Hi, Chef.
Hello, good morning, and thank you for having me.
Does it enhance the flavor?
Does it enhance the flavor depending on what you're using it for? So
Right.
yes, if done properly, you can use it to enhance game meats, to enhance the flavor of other components of the meal.
Okay, because I think when we think of ingesting cannabis, people think of pop brownie. Like in college, it was pop brownies, now gummies. You can actually, you're James Beard nominated chef, so you're bringing this to a whole other level.
Infuse it in a very fine way.
Well, we're changing the conversation from gummies and brownies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so you don't have to hold on to your seat forever. This is a controlled infusion.
Yeah.
So it's all about microdosing.
Okay.
It's funny because when you smoke, it makes you hungry, obviously. Are you just constantly eating now with this food?
There are strains that are going to give you that onset of munchies, and there are strains that are going to suppress it.
Okay.
So depending what you want, you have to understand what strain you're using.
It's so scientific. I love it.
Well, chefs are scientists.
be
So what are the
yeah.
benefits and challenges of cooking with cannabis?
So the benefits of cooking with cannabis is that you can stay away from pharmaceuticals. There's medicine. Our bodies all have an endocannabinoid system which accepts this plant, and it can benefit you towards anxiety, depression, pain management. All comes from this. The downfall is that if you don't know what the dosage is,
Yeah.
you might go into an onset of paranoia, and it might be too much.
Can you imagine that restaurants here? Like seriously, that like just people just freaking out all over the place.
Well, this is the reason why it has to be scientific.
Yes.
I want people to come to these dinners, but I absolutely need them to leave.
Right, exactly.
They're
Come, but
asleep.
when I tell you to leave, leave.
Yeah.
So do you work with a specific strain of cannabis?
Just like going to the farmer's market, it's like I'm going to get the best strain that's available, and from that terpene profile, I'll determine what the menu will be.
Look at him.
And you have foods obviously in front of us right now. Are these foods that are like, specific, like they taste great, or specific, they work well with the cannabis, they absorb it more, or something like that?
Well, the food that we're using today complements the same terpene profile as the strain that we're using.
Okay. So what do we have?
So we have a white widow and
something else.
something else.
But you have delicious food. So we'll be your
do
sous
things.
chef.
So what we're doing today is we're doing a traditional Dominican breakfast called mango. All right.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like the infusion is coming in the olive oil.
Oh.
We already have the plantains that have been cooked ahead of time. So
Right.
it's like you can just add some of that to that and mash it up.
Add some of what to
Is this
what?
it?
Some of the oil. That's the
To
strain
this.
that we're using.
This is the strain. What is this?
That is the white widow.
Oh, this is the White Widow. What's up? I thought the dish was called the White Widow. I was like, that's a really cool name for a dish.
I'd be afraid to
Not
eat it if
cool
it was
at
called
all.
the
How
white
much?
widow.
I put the tiniest bit.
You're going to put in about a tablespoon. So go for it.
Oh, that's more
That's
than a
good.
tablespoon.
That's good.
Like an oily, we like an oily mango.
And mash, mash, mash.
And mash, mash, mash.
Great.
Take your time with that.
Okay.
When does this go in?
That's
That-
already
that's-
been incorporated
Oh, really?
into the
That is
oil that we're
just
using.
for
the
show.
olive oil.
Extra
That's
for
for sure.
Dion.
That
We're just showing you the
is for
If you'd like to take this
show.
home, don't ask questions.
For folks at home who are unfamiliar with the traditional Dominican breakfast, what is it?
Mango is plantains that have been mashed. They've been boiled, and we mash them with a little bit of butter and a little bit of cream. Alongside that, it is paired with some white queso frito and some Dominican salami.
Okay.
What's queso frito for?
Fried cheese.
Fried cheese.
I figured.
Yeah.
I did.
So it's not a light breakfast, but it is
not.
delicious.
If
No.
you have mango, you're either going to take a nap or you're just you're good for the whole
I
day.
have seen this, and I'm like, I can't believe this is consumed in
Yeah.
the morning. But this is like power breakfast. Like this is it.
It is a power
Right?
breakfast. It's full of protein. All right. We top it with some pickled onions, which add that a little bit of acidity to it. And for people that were going out to work on the fields all day,
Right.
this was your one meal that just gave you all the energy that you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you go from doing what you were traditionally doing in your culinary career to this?
This was something that was presented to me as a challenge.
Okay.
We wanted to destigmatize cannabis through the language of food.
I'll keep mashing.
And in order to
Please,
do that, we had
sure.
to understand exactly what we were doing.
Right.
So pivoting from what I already knew to working with cannabis, which just happened to be another ingredient that needed to be given the respect that it deserves, was an easy shift.
Okay. And that was that.
This is a very hard dish to make.
It's a very hard dish. You got to put your
I
arm
know.
into
I'm
it.
having. Well, the
Yeah.
fork stinks.
The fork sticks a little
Where's
bit. That's when you
the
start
fork?
tasting it.
Yeah.
We invite him into our home and you start.
It's not the dish. It's our utensils that are so bad.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
wonderful.
we make it work. If you want to get your hands
I
in
know
there
you
and
gotta
get
get
dirty,
it.
you
You
can
gotta
do
make it
that
work.
too.
Gotta make it work.
What can people expect from this dining experience, the 99th floor?
What people can expect is a like-minded individuals in a safe environment.
Okay.
That are going to discuss the food, really enjoy the experience, understand what the advocacy for the plant is, and you just feel good.
And eat a good meal.
And eat a good meal.
And eat a good meal.
Put this in your purse.
Fantastic.
Just run.
Chef Miguel, thank you so much. We appreciate
very
it.
much.
If you at home, you're watching, you want to attend one of Chef Miguel's cannabis-themed fine dining experiences, go to exploretalk.com or follow him on Instagram at 99th lore. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you so much for
Chef.
having us.
We will be back.
Thank you.
We're doing. We gotta go.